Now, we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off right now. So I appreciate everybody jumping on. I appreciate everybody putting in their where they're from. And I'll tell you this as we get started, welcome to neumi, first off. I really have been enjoying these calls that we do every day and having an opportunity to listen to Steve Scott tell us a little bit more about glutathione, how it affects the body, the benefits, and some of the other areas that we can expect to see results from. And so that's an exciting thing for me. And much like you, it wasn't too long ago that I received a text message from a friend of mine asking if I'd like to meet Steve Scott, help him with some things that he was working on, some business ventures. And it just so happened that it was neumi. And so when I walked in the door, we talked about the technology, we talked about the go-to-market strategy. I spent some time with Ryan Scott, Steve's son, absolutely amazed by him and his prowess and his intellect. Not far from his father's, I'll tell you that right now, as he continues to learn and grow and get wisdom. And so it has been amazing, folks, absolutely amazing to see what we've been able to put together in a short period of time. Right now, we're sitting at about 9 months old. So we are a new company on the move, having fun, creating momentum, and changing people's lives. And that's what we're here for today. So as the president and CEO of this company, I want to introduce you to our founder, my partner, Stephen K. Scott. Steve?
Hey, thank you, Aaron. And thank you all for joining us. I'm talking to you from a TV studio in Augusta, Georgia. They wanted me to come and teach some people how to play golf no, that's not true. I don't play golf. It's too slow, too boring for me. Ping pong, that's a better fit for me. But anyway, so we're here. We did a TV show today. And let me just give you a little bit about my background. My background is pretty simple. I flunked out of 9 jobs in 6 years after college, couldn't succeed no matter how hard I tried. And I tried really hard. And a friend of mine was visiting me from Chicago. I lived in Phoenix, Arizona. And I said, Gary, I don't get it. I'm not stupid. My IQ's okay. I'm not lazy. I'm first in, last out at every company I work for. And I understand my craft. I graduated with a business degree in marketing, but I couldn't succeed. Well, Gary thankfully challenged me to read a book chapter of Proverbs every single day for 2 years. There's 31 chapters in Proverbs, which means I'd go through the book of Proverbs in the Bible about 24 times. And I started doing that, and I went through in the next 18 months, I went through jobs number 6, 7, 8. I went through Proverbs about 18 times, found these incredible strategies. And for my good fortune, they all came to play on job number 9. And in the 3 months I worked there, I was able to double their sales from 30 million to 60 million. And with that, somebody offered to back me in business. Well, they had $5,000 and I had a breakthrough product. So we started a little company that became known as the American Telecast Corporation. And we launched our first product in November of 1976. And within weeks, our sales hit $1 million a week. And they just kept coming week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. And people say, how can you get that kind of a return on a $5,000 investment? Well, the answer is pretty simple. We had a breakthrough product. A breakthrough product is something that can do something that nothing else in the world can do as effectively, efficiently, or economically. And that worked for us. We did millions of dollars, about 50 million our first year. After that, 75, 150, 200, 250 million. And we just kept finding breakthrough products. And that was key to my formula. The ones we're best known for, one is the Total Gym with Chuck Norris and Christy Brinkley. That one's been on now for 26 years. Every month, every week, every day. It's running in the United States, and it's still producing a lot of revenue. It's I think last time I looked, our sales were in the multi-billions of dollars. So anyway, in 2006, I met a doctor from the Mayo Graduate School of Medicine, and he had a product that he brought to me, and I didn't believe in it. I didn't believe in supplements, and it was a supplement, but he introduced a brand new word that I'd never heard of, glutathione. Have you heard of that one? And turns out glutathione is the single most important molecule in life other than oxygen. But it's just as important as oxygen because there'd be no oxygen-based life without it. And here, I got to flash that off. And so that's pretty important. Well, it turns out it performs over 400 functions in our bodies. 15 of those are critical to life. In any one of those 15 functions, and you're dead within minutes. For example, when your body manufactures hemoglobin, the red blood cells, the whole intent is that it will bind with oxygen molecules and deliver that oxygen to the different cells in the body. Well, problem is when hemoglobin's manufactured, it's improperly charged electrically. It has to be, it can't bind to oxygen. It's like trying to bring the north poles of magnets together. It's just not going to happen. So it has to be reduced to what's called a +2. And when it's reduced to a +2, it will bind to oxygen and deliver oxygen throughout the body. And hemoglobin is the sole reduction agent of hemoglobin is glutathione. So without glutathione, there'd be no oxygen transfer. There'd be no birds in the air, fish in the sea, animals on the planet, and of course, no human beings. That's just one of its 450 functions. Another one of its functions is what it's called your body's master antioxidant. What does that mean? Well, every cell in your body is attacked 10 to 20,000 times a day by free radicals. And a free radical is just a thief. It wants to steal an electron from the cell. And when it does, it creates oxidative stress in the cell, produces more oxygen than what the cell can deal with. That creates inflammation. That creates all sorts of problems in the cell. So to counter that, your body needs an antioxidant. Well, we all know about vitamin C and vitamin E. They're great antioxidants, and but they have their limitations. Glutathione, on the other hand, is very different. Vitamin C can donate one electron to extinguish or neutralize or sequester a free radical. Once it does that, it's spent. Vitamin C, same thing. Well, they can be recycled 3 to 5 times, so they can take out a couple more free radicals. Well, guess what? The recycling agent for vitamin C and vitamin E is glutathione. Now, vitamin C, vitamin E, and all other antioxidants are monofocused. What does that mean? Well, I'm staying in a hotel, and I went to get in my hotel room last night. I put that little plastic key right next to the door, and it opened the lock. However, if I pick the wrong room or any other room, it won't open a door. It is focused strictly on that door. On the other hand, a master key could open any door in the hotel, even the office door, the door to the vault, any of them. Okay. All antioxidants except glutathione are monofocused. They can deal with one type of free radical, but they can't deal with any others. Good news. Glutathione is called the master antioxidant because it's like that master key. It can deal with any type of antioxidant, regardless of structure or composition. So that makes it so much more important than any other antioxidant because it can take them all out. It's universal in its application. It's also about 1 million times more powerful as an antioxidant than vitamin C. Glutathione, and this is why they call it the miracle molecule, it recycles itself. And it recycles itself so many times that there's no way to put a number on it. I've seen numbers as high as 30,000, as high as 300,000 times. So glutathione is your cell's first line of defense as an antioxidant. Now, that's not all it does. It is the primary detoxifier of the cell. Studies were done years ago that they wanted to see how many chemical toxins we as people in the United States, for those of you that are in the US, carry around in our body at any given time. And they tested for 143 industrial chemicals. Does the average person carry around 5 of those, 10, 15? They tested 2,000 adults, And it turned out every single person had all 143 chemicals. Okay. Now, those chemicals aren't friendly. They are toxic and they're damaging to the cells. They can damage the mitochondrial DNA. And when that happens, the cell can mutate. We know what that means. Okay. That's the bad news about chemical toxins that are in your cells. Good news is glutathione is the primary detoxifier of the cell. It's so powerful as a detoxifier that every liver cell in your body has 1,000 times more glutathione than any other cell, because it uses glutathione to detoxify itself. If it didn't have enough glutathione, we'd all die of liver disease very quickly. Okay, so it is your primary detoxifier. It has this sticky sulfhydryl molecule that's kind of like flypaper. It sticks to the chemical and then it eliminates it. So it's critical. It's the primary chelator of the cell. Why is that important? We all carry around heavy metals, arsenic, cadmium, mercury, copper, and we got to get them out. Guess what gets them out? Glutathione. Glutathione is also the sole protector of the immune system, the immune cells. Your immune system is designed to protect you, but what protects it? Glutathione. For example, when you have low glutathione levels and your body encounters a bacterial or viral insult, it will, if you have low glutathione levels, the T cells, which are the assassins, they will reproduce slowly. If you have high glutathione levels, your T cells will reproduce explosively, and they'll reproduce fast enough to take care of the bacterial or viral insult. We all know today, we know the critical importance of our immune system and our immune response. Well, glutathione creates a much more robust response because it allows for a faster reproduction. So these are just some of the values. I keep getting these messages on my phone. I'm having to use my phone today, and I apologize if you see my hand go up. It's to get these messages out of the lens. But people have said, I did a little meeting today here in the studio, and people say, well, what does it mean to me? Besides all those things that it's doing in your body. Well, number one, it is like a recharge or a reset button, both physically and mentally. What we've done is we have nanosized both glutathione and cysteine. What does that mean? Well, unfortunately, if you take conventional glutathione capsules or cysteine capsules, as soon as they hit the stomach acid destroys them. They're very fragile molecules. Okay, and what we've done is we have nanosized those particles so that they absorb. You swish it like a mouthwash, and as you're doing that, billions of particles are transferring right into your bloodstream. And from the time it gets into the bloodstream until the time it's been dispersed over your body, according to one scientist from the University of Utah, is 70 seconds. So it's very fast acting. So you start to feel a little sluggish mentally, or physically, you just start to feel the edge go off. You can swish, and without any kind of stimulant, caffeine, no stimulants, no herbal stimulants at all, you're right back into the game, and you're there 100%. And it doesn't give you a peak, and it doesn't give you a crash. You're just there. But that's something you experience. Athletes use it before their workouts and after their workouts. They see incredible things happen. We've seen some world records broken with the product. The average athlete is breaking their personal records the first or second time they use the product. It changes how you work out. It cuts recovery time from a physical expenditure way down, so you recover much more quickly. And it also increases stamina and endurance, both mentally and physically. One cyclist that recently did an 8-hour event said that he swished every hour of the event, and it was like a reset button, both mentally and physically. He said, I never went into the deficit that I normally go into. Now, we gave these when we were first starting back in 2018. We started creating test batches of this. I gave it to a weightlifter named Bill Gillespie. Bill had been the strength and conditioning coach at the Seattle Seahawks, as well as Liberty University for 14 years. And Bill had set the world record in the bench press when he was 49 years old in 2008. He bench pressed 804 pounds. Then from there on, it was downhill. And he, when I called him in 2018, he was 59 years old. I said, how you doing? He said, well, not so good. He said, I still hold the world record for my age group. I can bench around 700 pounds, but I don't compete with the real elite guys anymore. I said, Bill, I think I got something that's going to change everything. So I sent him some swish. He started swishing every day, 2, 3, 4 times a day, swish before a workout, after a workout. And in the first 2 weeks, he added 25 pounds to his bench press and was pretty impressed with that. And then here comes the good news. In the next 6 months, he went from 725 to 915 pounds in his bench press as a 59-year-old. And then the next year, as a 60-year-old, 6 months later, he went up over 900 pounds. He just retired with his last meet this past January at 62 years old. And his last lift, they say, may never be broken. He bench pressed 1,129.8 pounds. Bench press as a 62-year-old. So we were seeing athletes. They were just saying, Steve, nothing does what this product does. I gave it to a friend who had a 100-mile bike race coming up, and she, her name was Tammy, former Army captain, and she loves marathons and she loves cycling events. And she got it, and on the day of the event, she was all excited. The first 35-mile leg, she broke her personal record, was all excited. Next 35-mile leg, about 3 miles into it, bike in front of her hits the brake. She hits it, bike in back of her hits her. She goes end over end, hits the pavement so hard it breaks her helmet, knocks her out. She's taken to the hospital with a major concussion. And she gets to the hospital and her face hit the pavement at, 22 miles an hour. Let's see if we can zoom in on that picture. Here we go. Let's look at on Sunday. That's how she was on Sunday. Now, the plastic surgeon came in and said, Tammy, that's going to take about 5 weeks to clear. And after it's completely cleared, wait a whole month and then come in and see us and we'll deal with the scarring. Well, what happened is she gets home on Tuesday night and she thinks, hey, this stuff's nano. So she poured some on a cotton ball and treated the affected area, thinking maybe it'll help it clear. Well, she did it 3 times, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Look at what happened. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 weeks of clearing in 5 days. Well, when I saw that, I thought, oh my gosh, we probably have the world's best skincare product. I had sold hundreds of millions of dollars of skincare on TV. In my former company, I had Cher on one skincare line. I had Angie Dickinson on a line. I had Ali McGraw, Lisa Hartman, Meredith Baxter Burney, Kathy Lee Gifford, all on different skincare lines. And what I hated about skincare, even if you had a great product, is you never had good before and afters, unless you were Botox. Of course, I was selling this stuff way before Botox. Well, I looked at this and I said, oh my gosh, we may have the first skincare line that gets crazy good before and afters. So I went ahead, put some into some spray bottles, sent them to some of my friends and said, spray your face 5 times a day and let's see what happens. So let's go to the next one. So let's zoom in on that middle one if we can. And so that's Sherry Warner. She's actually with me today here in Georgia. And Sherry sprayed her face 5 times a day for 7 weeks. Look at the difference. It doesn't look like Botox where it took out a line or wrinkle. It looks like a facelift. Look how much tighter it looks and brighter and healthier. Well, I saw that and a couple others that we sent out. You can see the hands on the left. That was in only, Sherry was in 7 weeks. That was in about 6 weeks. And everybody was just blown away. The before and afters, let's look at a couple more that we were getting, were amazing. And I said to, okay, this lady on the left is in Australia, and look how much tighter her face got. She said, everybody thinks I've lost weight, but I haven't lost weight. They keep asking me, how much weight did you lose and how did you lose it? She didn't lose weight. It's just her face tightened up and looked brighter and healthier and younger. The woman on the right is an esthetician in Miami. She owns her own skincare salon. And she couldn't believe how rapidly her pore size diminished and how much smoother her face looked. That was 8 days. Let's look at one or two more, and then we will be done. Okay, those are my hands. I was much younger. I was 71 years old then. I sprayed my right hand 4 or 5 times a day, but didn't spray the left hand. Look at the difference. Look how much smoother. The lines and wrinkles have been radically diminished. The pores have been diminished, and so on. Oops.
It will be.
Hey, somebody's needs to mute because only one person can talk on this call at a time. There, thank you. And we'll look at one more and then we'll call it a day. And this one, this lady on the left is the mother of a doctor who treated one of our neumi associates in Nigeria. And the mother saw the difference in her face and she said, hey, can I get this for my mom? Or the doctor did. So our associate, Lillian, went ahead and gave the doctor some of hers. She took it home to her mom. Look at the difference. That was just in 3 weeks. The guy on the right is Alex Monterosa's brother, and that was in less than a week. So yes, we were getting great before and afters. I sent him to my former formulator named John, who was he was the president of the American Society of Cosmetic Chemists, and he was the senior vice president of the company that developed Botox. He looked at him and he said, Steve, what is going on? Nobody gets before and afters like this. And I said, hey, I've nano-sized glutathione and cysteine, making it so much more bioavailable that we're getting that kind of glorious, healthy response with the skin, just like we are on the inside. So that's about it. What will it do for you? It's going to change your life. It's going to make you look forward to every day. You're not going to wake up and think, oh, how am I going to get through today? I feel so cruddy. No, you don't have to worry about that. That's part of your past, not part of your future. And biggest breakthrough I found in my lifetime, and I'm 73, I'll be 74 soon. And it is my energy level, how I feel, how I get through my day is more like it was when I was 30 than when I was 50. So I hope you'll join us. We consider ourselves a neumi family. And the people that are joining fill our heart. They know our goals, and our goal is to make all of our family members more successful, healthier. How you perform in each day. You know, I've got 14 grandkids, 13 now, but another one's about to be born. And I always want to be able to play with them. If they want to play ping pong, I want to play ping pong. I don't want to sit on the sofa and just say, oh, grandpa's too tired right now. So I love this. I couldn't go a day without it. And once you try it, you're going to see the same thing. So Aaron, I think we're back to you.
Well, thank you, Steve. And I hope that everybody can see, here's Steve bouncing around the country on airplanes and hotels and cars and airplanes and hotels and cars and, still doing it every day. So Steve, we certainly appreciate everything that you've put into neumi. You've given us an opportunity. And for a lot of you, you may not know this, but with Steve's previous experience, it would have been easy for him to take it to TV stations and put it on networks and try to put it out there through advertising and marketing firms and spend millions and millions of tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars trying to get the word out versus going direct to you. Each of you to take the word out to those people that you know, that love you, that trust you, that want to be a part of what you're doing. And they want to know about neumi. These people are going crazy to find out what it is that we have. And it's the technology, it's the delivery system, it's our ability to nanosize glutathione, allowing it to get into the blood and into the cells so quickly that people are experiencing incredible results. So for those of you that are new to the company, we want you to know that number one, you're welcome. We want you to be a part of this. We want you to bring it to the people as well. And for those of you that have just joined us today, get back with that person that invited you to this call and give them or have an opportunity to chat with them a little bit about what it is that Steve talked about today. And I saw Steve's finger go up in the air. So let me give him another minute or two. Steve, you're muted.
Mute. Am I muted now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, good. I met a lady today that I had talked to on the phone. Her name is Sheila. She actually came to this meeting today to the studio, and she has seen such an incredible change, and so have her friends, that her first week and a half, over 100 people joined just seeing what it did for her. And now one of those people that joined has had such a crazy amount of change. She's had 100 people join in a couple weeks. So that's honestly, that's a radical case. But this lady really, really needed help. And she got the help from our product in a way she had never had any help before. And it was so obvious to everybody. So I got a chance to meet her today. So that was one advantage of coming here. So I had to get that in, Aaron.
Hey, Steve, anytime. So we want you to know that get back with that person that invited you. You never know what may happen. And just like Steve found out today, you've got people that are having experiences around the world, and people are showing up asking, what is it that you're doing? How is it working for you? I've seen incredible photos. I've seen incredible before and afters. Some of them we can't even show, folks, and I wish we could. But Steve and I talk about it every day. We share these experiences. We share these calls, these conversations, and there's nothing that makes us happier than seeing people have a change of life. And that's our goal right now. So with everybody, make sure that you follow up with the people that you invited or that you were invited by. Have that conversation. Fortune's in the follow through, and the follow up, as we all know. So make sure you have that conversation. Steve, travel safely. And remember, everybody, a new you starts with neumi. Take care, everybody. See you.